Hey everybody, my name is Jake Wolfe, and I was fortunate enough to be able to study abroad 2 times in college, coincidentally back-to-back semesters, and it's one thing that I don't think that I will ever regret in my entire life. I studied abroad in the fall of 2016 in Cusco, Peru, and then in the spring of 2017 in Heredia, Costa Rica. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about these experiences and how cool it was to have done them in general and to have done 2 study abroad trips and for semesters at a time and things like that. My trip to Peru happened in the beginning of my 4th year of college, a little later than I had expected, but I went there not expecting anything in particular. I didn't have a clue what was going to go on other than my classes and things like that. I didn't know what life was going to look like after we walked out of the building and how really the makeup of everyday life was going to be there. I stayed in a homestay. This program was with ISA in Peru, and I really enjoyed it there. I had actually a roommate. There was 2 of us per homestay, and that was really cool. That was a cool aspect of the trip, to have been able to experience things for the first time in that country, and do the whole study abroad experience with somebody here from the United States, and being able to kind of experience that type of environment together was really cool. There's a lot of cool things that I liked about having a roommate. That was actually my first time ever living away from home for that period of time, so that was cool in general, and to have done it in a different country was just made all the better. In Cusco, it's very suitable for someone who loves the outdoors, and I enjoy things like that, like hiking and camping and all that, and there is much opportunity to do that and study abroad in general, much less in Cusco, Peru. So there, the classes were very hands-on, and that was something I really appreciated about them. We were able to learn about things like the history of Peru, and the history of the Incan Empire, which Cusco was once the very center of. And so to learn about those things, and then to go do kind of hands-on field trips and projects and stuff like that in the city where the culture is very much still alive, was really cool for me. And so having done that made my study abroad experience there so much more awesome, and being able to speak the language every day, being able to kind of insert yourself into that culture and get that immersion, as they say, was something that I don't think I'll ever regret. So upon arriving in Peru and being there for about a month or so, I felt like my time there was going by so quickly, and that I really didn't want it to end, but I knew I wasn't going to be able to stay longer than, of course, that I had paid for or anything like that. So I began to look up different programs for studying abroad again. And so after working out the credits and working out the payments and things from Peru to the United States, albeit I was able to plan out another study abroad experience the very next semester. So after coming home from Peru for about 3 weeks, or for about a month, I got on another plane, actually on my 22nd birthday, and went off to Costa Rica. And that was an experience, again, that I don't think I'll ever regret. Costa Rica, some people might think, they also speak Spanish, they're also in Latin America, but it's such a different place than where I was in Peru. And I really enjoyed being able to having been able to go to both places and sort of compare the environments and the lifestyles of both. In Costa Rica, I also stayed with a host family, which that was something that I wanted out of both experiences. I went with a program called USAC. and stayed there for the entire semester, January to May. Some things that I did differently in Costa Rica than Peru was in Costa Rica I participated in an internship. I was a teacher's assistant in a local vocational high school, which was really cool for me. I was able to be very hands-on. I actually assisted with an English class, but was still able to practice Spanish and things like that, because it's just so prevalent there, kind of inevitable. They would be speaking the native language, even though it was an English class. I really enjoyed that internship because and back here in MTSU, I'm an education major, and so being able to do that was something that I feel like almost nobody I ever meet will probably be able to say that they've done is participate in an educational internship abroad, or do that. I think very select group of people do that, and so to have done that was really special for me. Actually, that was worked out with my coordinator of the group when I got there, and I feel like this is true of a lot of study abroad experiences. If you want something out of the trip, a lot of the people that work with the program are very apt to go the extra mile and try to find something for you to get involved with, or for you to for lack of a better term, not waste your time there. So that was something I really enjoyed out of it. I took another side note is that all the classes that I took in Costa Rica and Peru, they all counted for something that I was studying back here, for back here in the United States. So nothing I did there was wasted. No classes I took were just for fun or something like that. They all applied, they all transferred credits, and I was really thankful for that as well. So in general, having gone to study abroad in itself, and then having done it for 2 semesters in 2 different places, I don't know, those experiences provided me with sort of, I would assume, a leg up in the world, in our society, and what I want to do. Not being a native speaker of Spanish, because that's what my, I guess, career path is in life, is teaching. My specialization is Spanish, and having not ever taken a Spanish class until taking a serious Spanish class until my first year of college, I feel like that experience abroad has just it really boosted my fluency in Spanish, my confidence, like no other. I saw people there that weren't just like me, that had a little bit of knowledge before we went there. I saw people that spoke no Spanish there, walking out, being conversational at the end of 3 months, and having a lot of confidence in their ability to speak the language. And I thought that was the coolest thing, to have done that, for them to have done that, and for myself, the improvement in my own Spanish. And so in general, being able to study abroad, there were hard times in it. There were times when maybe I missed home, missed friends, missed the routine of life back here in the States. But I think that's true of everybody, and that's something that is sort of a necessary evil of studying abroad. Because when you come back home, I found for myself that I appreciated a lot of things a little bit more after having not been in my home environment for a long time, and the time away really did me well, I think. I kind of grew as a person, I grew as a student. I would encourage anybody who wants to study abroad at least to go check it out, get your foot in the door, go down the process. Nothing's a commitment until you get on the plane. It may seem overwhelming to a lot of people, the whole process, the money, the commitment, the time, and all that kind of stuff, but I've seen multiple people go for 2 weeks and regret that they didn't go for 3 months after having been to a different country, or been in a different environment, things like that. That's my experience studying abroad in a nutshell. So there you go.